Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are. Welcome to Let's Talk Digital with Josephine. Today, we are looking at episode 26. Wow, guys. So we've been going quite some journey here. I'm already really excited about our guest today. But before we kind of like go in and introduce her, I'm just gonna state out why I'm doing this, guys. And the reason why I'm doing this is you guys, okay? And if you've seen any past episode, I keep telling you guys are the reason why I'm doing this, okay? I know there's a lot of you out there, you're looking for something to do, something legit, something that can help you and something that is in the digital space. But you're reluctant because you feel you don't have any idea about where to start in the digital space. And this is where I kick in that I'm opening this page to you guys. I'm sharing posts, I'm sharing content that will kind of like inspire you, but also to educate you, to let you know that it is possible for you to start a digital online business from the comfort of your home and still rock it, okay? And some of you are reaching out to me. Some of you are asking me, like, Joe, how is this thing? Like, what is behind it all? Like, what is it like to be on the inside? You're coming to me with all kinds of questions, and I'm trying to answer you guys. But I sometimes feel like, you're just getting my perspective, and it doesn't hurt to have other people's perspective on this. And
Mhm.
looking out to the community, we are over 125,000 even
Right.
now. I say there's a lot of people out there I can invite over here, and then we
Mhm.
can just, discuss with them your questions. And that was what actually gave birth to this series that I'm doing. And today, with that being said, we have another sister on the show. I'm so excited to kind of like announce. Yeah. She's joining us all the way from Canada today. But I'm just
Yes.
gonna be calm and I'll just let her introduce herself. But she's such a dear to me, and I'm really glad that she can make it here today. So on that note, let's welcome our guest for today. Hi dear, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come to your show, to speak to your audience. I'm really humbled and honored at the same time. I'm also very excited. I know you mentioned 125. We are
Mm-hmm.
almost 126.
Exactly right. I'm trying to round it up, but it's amazing the amount of
Yeah.
people that are coming in daily. It's mind blowing. Like I started this almost 2 years ago, and I think we're barely 50,000 then.
Oh wow.
So it's
Like
just
it's like
amazing.
it's like 1,000 people every 5, 6 days. Because just last week we hit 125, and this week we're going to
Yeah,
hit 126. So a
it's
lot of people are
amazing.
realizing what the digital space can do for them. So it's very exciting.
Yes.
So for my name, I am Leah. I am from Alberta, Canada. I am a mom of two
Mm-hmm.
amazing kids, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from Kenya, but like I said, I'm here in Canada. My background is in information technology. I'm also a data
Mm-hmm.
analyst, but I set aside my career for my family. So right
Yeah.
now, I run a digital business. I help, just like Josephine, other people set
Mm-hmm.
up their business, and we are here to share our experience and to tell you the benefits that you are going to gain from being a digital entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So you've met our guest, guys. So Leah is joining us today, and I'm so excited because she is so persistent and consistent in her business. I just had to get her here today. So on that note, Leah, you touched on the fact that you are a digital business entrepreneur, which piques my
Right.
interest, of course. So, how did you find the business? Were you actively looking for it and found it, or did you find it through someone? How did it go for you?
You know, I I want to say I both of them. The business
Okay.
found me, and
Hmm.
I had to find it. You know what I mean by this is that I was running an offline business. You know, when here in Canada, when you have your kids, there's maternity leave, and you're paid for your maternity leave. But then after your
Hmm.
maternity leave, you have to go back to work. You know,
Yeah.
in as much as you paid for your maternity leave, it's not 100% of what you earned when you're working full time. And
Mm-hmm.
so I decided, my kids are very small. If I take them to the daycare, whatever money I'm going to earn at the daycare, I'll earn at work, I'll take it to the daycare. So I had
Yes.
to weigh my options. I was like, is it worth it? Like the money that I'm earning, I'm taking it all to the daycare, or should I just stay at home with kids? So I did decide to
Yeah.
stay at home with the kids, and that comes with its challenges. Like only one source
Mm.
of income won't cut it, right? So
Mm.
I searched to myself, and I'm like, what skills do I have? What can I do from home? How can I supplement our income? Pay bills and also for our future. So I started hair
Mm-hmm.
business. I started
Okay.
braiding hair, yeah, from home. And sometimes I go to the clients. When my
Mm-hmm.
husband comes home, we swap keys, and then I go to the clients. I do their hair, and I
Okay.
loved it because I love doing it because it was giving me money, and it's something that I'm really
Mm-hmm.
good at. But then,
Okay.
when you're good at something, people spread the word by word of mouth. So I got so
Yes.
very busy, and I had a lot of clients. And before I knew it, you know how long it takes to do the hair. I was spending
Yes,
so much
especially the
time.
race, right?
Right. I was spending so much time with my clients than my family.
Mm-hmm.
So my main reason for providing these services is so I can have income and still spend time with my family. But I got lost. I was
Mm.
spending so much time with my clients, and my family was suffering. I was always exhausted, always grumpy when I get home, always sleeping.
Mm.
And I'm like, is it really worth it? I'm not giving
Yeah.
my best self to my family, all for
Yeah.
for the sake of making ends meet. No, I don't want my kids to remember me as the grumpy mom. Mommy was always sleepy.
No.
Mommy, when they would ask me to take them to the park, I'm like, I need to sleep. I have another appointment. I don't want that
Yeah.
to stay in their mind. I want to nurture them, to spend time with them. you know and so I, as a go-getter, I was like, I have to make this money. Bills have to be paid. I
Yeah.
can't just relax. I did it
Mm-hmm.
for some time, but guess what? My body gave in. Like,
Mm.
I was so exhausted. My
Yeah.
body just shut down. I could not get out of bed because I was burnt out.
Oh my
All
God.
in the name of
Okay.
chasing this money. And I prayed to God. I wanted a different way of doing things. I
Yeah.
asked myself, how can I generate revenue and at the same time still spend time with my kids? As you can see, I'm in my kitchen. I'm at home.
Yes.
The
Yes.
time now is 2:58. I'm at
Mm-hmm.
home
Mm-hmm.
doing my
Mm-hmm.
digital business with Josephine here.
Yeah.
So I asked around. I asked a friend, like, what do you do? She didn't even tell me about it. Um, she wasn't the first person to tell me about it. I'm the one who asked, and she told me. She didn't
Okay.
come to my face like, you need to do this. It's amazing. No, I asked, what are
Okay.
you doing for a living? And then she said, we have this business that I do online. Check it out. And
Okay.
something I forgot to mention, when my hair business was getting more traction, more clients, I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
need to start selling hair products. I bought a lot of hair extensions, hair products, hair supplies, and
Mm-hmm.
I developed a website for myself, by myself, because,
Okay.
like I said, I have an IT background. I'm like, I'll start an e-commerce store. And so
Yeah.
I spent hours and hours to find out which one would be the best platform to do all this.
Yeah.
I did all the research by myself, and I was like, okay, I think I'll use this platform. So I had to do a lot of
Okay.
coding in order to set up my
Okay.
website. And
Mm.
you know what? I still had my clients who needed my attention.
Of course.
And I still had to advertise, with a hair business. I was limited to my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so, and some days I wasn't busy, I would have to call my clients. I'm like, who's doing your hair today? Am I going to do your hair this month? Following up and begging for appointments and all that. And sometimes I'll
Mm-hmm.
get nasty clients and who
Oh,
won't pay
okay.
me. And my hair business had its challenges in as much as it was providing food on the table for myself. But then
Yeah.
when this lady showed me this business, I was blown away. You know why? They use
Tell me.
automation.
Yes.
Automation. I was like,
Yes.
what?
No more manual labor.
you know and then my huge the biggest headache that I had in my business was finding clients.
Mhm.
I know I got
Mm.
a lot of referrals, but then those days that I
Okay.
don't have appointments, I had to find ways of getting these clients,
Yeah.
and I was just limited to my location.
Mhm.
And with the online business, like, how many people are we in this world? Are we I think we're almost 8 billion now, right? We are
Yeah,
7 billion right
exactly.
now, and all of that, I can't reach 7 billion people, but guess what? I can
Mhm.
reach more people than I can reach in person, thanks to
Yes.
automation. When I saw
Yes.
that, I'm like, oh, no more finding leads, but not just leads,
Yeah,
quality leads, you know?
exactly.
And I'm like, this is it. With an IT background, I knew, like, this is it. How comes I've never
Mhm.
learned about this? And then customer service. Oh my,
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with clients like nagging them, following up. I don't have to do all that. And the other thing was inventory. Like I said, I had a lot of, even now, like 2, 3 years down the line, I still have stock in my closet.
Oh, yeah.
And with the digital business, I don't have to worry about inventory.
No, no.
I don't have to worry about stocking up things in my garage. And quality leads, not nagging people, family and friends.
Yeah.
So that was a plus for me. And the um the cherry on the cake was the
Mhm.
income, the profit
Yeah.
margins. you know
Very
like
interesting, right?
you know, you have automation working in the background, running the business for
Yeah.
you while you're taking care of your kids. That is in my case. And my business is running in the background, generating high quality leads and converting them. And you know what conversion means? It means you make money,
Yes.
you know? And I was like, oh my, this is like the best gift ever. It didn't take me long to get started. I was
Okay.
like, this, how comes a lot of people don't know about this? And integrity, the business has integrity. And the other thing I need to mention also is being a solopreneur is very lonely.
Yeah.
I had to figure out all these things by myself. I spent hours and hours, but with the digital business, they have that figured out. And we have
Yeah.
mentors and coaches. And not only that, we have very, very successful people who share their knowledge all for free at no cost. I did
Mhm.
struggle a lot when I was a solopreneur. I didn't know,
Yeah.
how do you retain your customer? How do you talk to them? How do you win them? How do you reconcile them when they accuse you of things that you don't know of? How do you still build that
Mhm.
reputation and that relationship? How do you manage your finances and all that? But
Mhm.
having someone who has already succeeded ahead of you, mentoring you, guiding you, saves you a
Yeah.
lot of time, heartache, and money.
Mm.
And when I found that this digital business is offering that and a safe place for the entrepreneurs, I was like, I'm
Mhm.
sold. I want this. And I jumped
Absolutely.
in, and once I jumped in, there was even much more than what I was told I was going to get for the business.
Because that's
First,
that's something I wanted to touch on where you're going,
yes.
Leah. So because of your background, because you had an offline business, you knew what
Hmm.
it was like to be
Hmm.
that solopreneur, okay?
Hmm. Yes.
And so when you saw this, you had some expectations, right?
Hmm.
And my question then is when you entered into the community, when you joined, when you had access to everything,
Hmm.
did that expectations you had were they met? Yes, no, how, and if you can just share some light on that, because this
you
is one
know
of the key points people who kind of
hmm.
like interact with me are always thinking of. They
Hmm.
have these expectations, and the reason why they're not taking the step is because they feel it cannot be met because they've tried, most of them have tried, like you have, like tried
Hmm.
businesses offline and even online,
Hmm.
and they got burned in some
Right.
form or manner. So, what makes it, clear, what makes it a certainty that if I, speaking in the name of the lead,
Mhm,
join that actually I will get to kind of like have the things that you are telling me now. And
mhm,
I have a lot of, people who reach out to me that I just stop because of their past experience,
mhm.
that they're a bit skeptical, they're a bit reluctant, even though
Right,
they know they want to do something of this sort. They feel
right,
they're still holding back because they're afraid to get burnt again.
right,
So let's just tie that to your experience and maybe any advice you also have for these people, because I
right,
think you can also relate to them because you are also coming from that business aspect of things. Yeah.
right. You know, when I joined the business, yes, my
Mhm.
expectations were met.
Okay.
But one thing that I did wrong was that I came with my mindset that I have the IT background. I know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing. That
Mm-hmm.
was so wrong. Why am I saying this? Because the first few months in the business, I struggled. I, I was
Okay.
not coachable.
Mm.
You know, if you're coming in with an expectation where you want to succeed like other people are succeeding, you need to be
Mm-hmm.
coachable. You know, someone like
Yeah.
me with an IT background, I know the word digital intimidates people. There's
Yeah.
nothing in this world that you cannot learn or unlearn. You just
Mm.
have to be receptive to the information that you're being given, and you have
Yeah.
to apply it. I
Yeah.
was receptive, but I did not apply it. Why? Because I had my own IT background. So
Mm.
if someone who has already succeeded is telling you go this way, why would you not? You know? And so
Yeah.
with that excitement, I was not as coachable. And so my expectations were met, but I was the one hindering myself. So
Okay.
as an aspiring entrepreneur, you need to believe in yourself. And the thing that I love the most about this opportunity, I get inspired every day. I see people who don't even have high school, they didn't finish high school, they didn't finish
Yeah.
college, they didn't even step in college, but what they had was a dream. They
Yeah.
had a dream to change their life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't care about their technical skills or what. They were like, show me, I'll do it. Show me, I'll do it. You know, and that's where we see like where the line is drawn. You know, some people
Mm-hmm.
have the expectations and then they realize the expectations were not met. It's not
Yeah.
because what was promised was not fulfilled. It's because of the mindset that you came up with. You know, you have
Mm.
to come up when you're coachable. And that's what I was saying. I my expectations were exceeded in that um
Mm-hmm.
personal growth and development. I had to realize humility comes humility is a symbol of greatness because it's
Yeah.
going to lead to your success. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there, there's a lot of knowledge in our community that it's very it's valuable. I wish I
Yeah.
found all this information before I ventured into other e-commerce or online platforms. And so
Mm-hmm.
after watching the webinar, I just jumped in right away because I had the entrepreneurial background. I know there are some leads who, after the webinar, they still feel like, I'm not sure. No, no, it doesn't end there. There's a lot of information. Once you get in, Josephine will guide you one on one.
Mm.
She'll use her experience. You know, sometimes we tend to get overwhelmed, but once you have a one on one mentor, you can have that close relationship and professional relationship that will lead to your success. So that's what I need to say. Yeah.
Okay. So I love the way you talked about that because that's the whole thing. Sometimes we don't get the whole picture, but in life if you don't risk anything, you will gain nothing. And
Mhm,
and sometimes you need to take that bold leap of faith to just
mhm,
figure things out, okay?
right.
And it's easy to kind of like ask questions, but if you're really serious, you will want to act because hey, I remember not long ago we were all saying Happy New Year to each other. We're calling
Mhm,
each other up. We're celebrating. And
mhm,
I just pondered on this yesterday. I'm like, my goodness, it's almost August.
mhm,
Half of the year has already passed by, guys. And imagine like you've been here with me since last year, even since the beginning of this year. We're talking about 6, 7 months down. the road already. And
Right.
if you had jumped on then, imagine all the stuff that you would have accomplished by now. We see people coming into the community every day. We see what people are going through in their journey and how successful they are able to develop themselves.
Right.
Because one, and that's something really I want to stress on that Leah mentioned. You should be coachable. You should
Right.
be willing to learn. You should be able to open up and, be open to listen to your mentor's advice, to your coach's advice that you will get, by the way, access to. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
have weekly masterminds to kind of like help you keep up on what is going on, in the digital space. So you are also not saying the
Right.
same thing over and over again. You are
Right.
growing with this digital space. And all these things, for you to have success is first of all taking that risk, wanting to
Mm-hmm.
know more. And once you're up and running, also staying coachable,
Mm-hmm.
willing to learn, willing to improve yourself. If you're
Mm-hmm.
determined, if you're motivated, if you're consistent, if you're persistent, guys, Leah, I think you can vouch for me, but
I will.
potential here
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
limitless. It's mind
Mm-hmm.
blowing. The first time I saw this, my mind was just literally blown away.
Right.
Like, especially because most of us, especially with immigrant backgrounds, we come here, we see greener pastures because we come here for that in the hope that we are able to gather something little and to go
Right.
back home and help family or set up projects and what have you not.
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel getting 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 jobs is the way to go about things.
Right.
Guys, there is a better way. Leah
Mm-hmm.
has found it, I have found it, and the
Mm-hmm.
potential here, I would just keep my mouth shut, but it is
I
unbelievable.
I wanted to say
Unbelievable.
something. I
Yeah.
You did ask me about people who have been burnt out. They've tried something
Yeah.
else and they've not succeeded. You have two
Mm-hmm.
choices. Life is all about choices. You can decide
Yeah.
and cry over spilled milk, or
Mm-hmm.
realize what made that milk spill and then prevent it from
Mm-hmm.
happening again.
Yeah.
You said that they need to take a risk. Actually, I feel like this is when we've already succeeded in this business and we're seeing success. It's not even
Yeah.
a risk. And
No. No.
to tie it into that, Tony Robbins always says success leaves clues.
Mm.
So if someone is successful and they're willing to show you how they succeeded, first look at where you are. How is it working out for you? We
Mm-hmm.
always want more. And the sad part is that we don't have a plan of getting that more,
Mm.
be it for our
Yeah.
kids' future, be it for our retirement. And here we are. We are presenting you a way of getting what you want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part is that we'll be there to guide you. Not only us, the community too. And
Mm-hmm.
so you need to start with the end in mind. Like we said, those people who didn't have technical skills and business experience prior to starting the business, but they're succeeding.
Yeah.
All they saw was their dreams accomplished, and the system and the community, and they put in the hard
Mm-hmm.
work and the effort, and they succeeded as well. If you
Mm-hmm.
think that it's going to be hard, guess what? Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. You choose you
Right.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to say, I can make this work. They made it work. They'll show me how it works. It's for
Mm-hmm.
me, coming from other entrepreneurial backgrounds, when I'm a
Mm-hmm.
solopreneur, I can say, I want to make this work. But you know what? If I don't have a clear guidelines, I might as well be climbing the ladder which was placed in the wrong wall. But if I
Yeah.
have a mentor there, they're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you've placed the ladder in the right wall, and there's your goal at the top of that ladder.
Exactly.
And so we are here as mentors. After watching the free webinar on Josephine's website or my website, you decide we'll be there in the community to guide you and to provide you all the support that you need. You
Yeah.
should not disqualify yourself looking at who you are and where you are right now.
Mm.
Look at your dreams. Look at people who have already succeeded. See yourself there. And
Mm-hmm.
the beauty about it is that you don't just see yourself there. There's a way and there's a plan that will make you get there. I'm sure
Yeah.
Josephine, when she started, she wasn't doing go lives like this. talking, myself as well. You be
No.
and the other thing also is that some people feel like because we are online like this, they also need to be online and they're scared to be online. There are other ways of doing it. And again, don't disqualify yourself. You don't know how much potential that is in you unless you tap into it. And the best way
Yeah.
to do that is by starting by taking action. We are starting by a free workshop. Then after that, join our community. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Link up with Josephine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she'll show you how to get started and be where you are. And the beauty about this business also, some people I'm like, oh, it's not legitimate. You know what? We have
Yes.
people who start business after us and they've succeeded much more than us. That could be
Yeah.
you too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like other businesses where they're like, oh, you come join in and then you always be like the one working for them. No, 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 no. You'll be independent, but we'll be there to support you. So if you succeed
Exactly.
more than us, that's our joy. So we are
That's
here
our
to
joy.
present you with an opportunity that can get you where you always want to be since you don't know how to get there. Don't
Yes.
disqualify the opportunity unless you've checked it out. And again, you never know the potential of it until you get started. Start with a
Yeah.
webinar, join our community, and we'll set up your
Mm-hmm.
business and we'll be there to guide you and to support you to reach your dreams.
Ah, I love the way you've put it out there. Guys, you haven't heard Leah break it down for you, okay? And
Mhm,
like I said, the reason why we are putting in effort is because we know how it feels. Like, when you feel stuck, you have so many dreams, you have things
mhm,
you want to achieve, but you don't know the how to get
mhm,
to it. And your 9 to 5 grind is not going to support you with
mhm,
all those dreams in your head to achieve it. You're barely making it to kind of get the bill sorted out at the end of the month,
mhm,
let alone have some leftover to even go after those dreams and make them a reality.
mhm,
So you can have your 9 to 5 grind. Nobody's telling you to even ditch that. But
mhm,
it's worth it to have something on the side, something working for you, working with a system that is automated. And you just had
mhm,
Leah explain the beauty of automation, especially
mhm,
as an entrepreneur. Okay.
mhm,
So you have that all being handed to you in a silver platter. All you have to do is say, yes, I want to know
mhm,
more. Yes,
mhm,
I want to figure out if this is for me or not.
mhm,
Because you might come in, you might have a look at everything, you think, oh, yeah, this is not for me. That's perfectly fine, okay? But then
mhm.
at least you have that knowledge, and we say knowledge is power. With that
Exactly.
knowledge, you can help someone. Sometimes it's
Mhm,
not all about financial helping people through financials. It's also just sharing knowledge,
mhm,
impacting knowledge wherever you can so that people
mhm,
can also have access to this. You could just be that missing link for someone dying, yearning for
mhm,
something of this sort in his or her life, okay? And so
mhm,
we are just saying, before you assume things, make sure you have the facts. How are you going to have
mhm,
the facts? It's by looking into where you can find the facts. And that is true, starting with a webinar. How do you get
right.
access to the webinar? You go to Leah's website posted here, you go to my website posted here. Whoever you resonate with, please connect with that person. And
Right.
then we will reach out. Once you register with your name and your email, we will reach out to you, get you your
Mhm,
access so you can join the webinar. And
mhm,
then if you look into things and you're interested to know more, hey, like we mentioned, we're going to be here every step of the way,
mhm.
guiding you through the whole process. So it's
That's true.
easy as that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's true.
So
That's
Leah,
true.
I know I just see we are hitting the 30 minutes mark because we are having fun here. Even I lost track of time. So
Right.
before we kind of like call it, we kind of like wrap up for today. Do you have any last words you want to share with our viewers who are currently watching us or who watch the
Mhm.
replay? Do you have anything else you want to share with them before we leave today?
Yes. There's more to life than where you are right now, and don't let fear hold you back. A lot of people who are afraid of doing things, they did it anyway, and that's what courage is. And the
Exactly.
other thing also is you have a decision to listen to your dream. There's a reason why you had that dream, and especially as parents, your kids
Mm.
the kids grow up very fast. And I know 9 to 5, just that as only one source of income, doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. History has taught us. So having a
Mhm.
digital business or any side hustle in addition to your full-time job is a necessity. It's no longer luxury. If you're
Yeah.
not doing anything, if you're not doing anything aside from your 9 to 5 or your full-time job, you have to start a side hustle, and we have the one that will best fit your schedule. We have lawyers, doctors, engineers, nurses, dropouts, all those people succeeding in our community. And to add on that, you might be having your 9 to 5 or a full-time job and another job on the side. Guess what?
Mhm.
Your body will give in. And
Yeah.
once it give in, what are you going to do about it? With an
Yeah.
automated business model, it will still work. If I decide to switch off my internet and sleep the whole day, guess what?
Mhm.
It's working. With your nine to
Yeah.
five, or if you're doing multiple 3 shifts and you just decide to close your eyes for 24 hours, guess what? You won't make money the whole day. We have a
Yeah.
digital business. We'd love to help you. Join our community and you'll see it for your best. Not just the webinar, join our community, and then we'll be more than happy to guide you, cheer you, and support you throughout your journey.
Okay, guys. So Leah said it all, and I would like to thank you, sis. Thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
with us today. It's been such an interesting discussion with you, and I cannot wait to celebrate more milestones in your business.
Yes.
Just
Oh,
keep being
yes.
you, stay consistent, and I know very soon we'll be kind of like here celebrating you as we
Yes.
always do. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you too for inviting me. Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, this was it. Episode 26 is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching today. If you're going to watch the replay, thank you too for watching the replay. Like I always say, if you have any inquiries, feel free to reach out. There are multiple channels to reach me out. Just pick anyone that suits you and reach out
Hmm.
to me, and I will
Hmm.
gladly assist you. And I'll also like to say this that we just mentioned, nothing changes unless you change something. And how do you change stuff? Is by taking action. So take
Hmm.
action, guys. That is the last
Hmm.
word I'm going to leave with you today. Take care of you, take care of your loved ones, and we will see you in episode 27. Till then, it's bye bye for now. Bye bye, guys.
Goodbye. God bless.